The mind will tell you every reason on why you should delay. It will give you every suggestion, every complication. It will tell you that, let's wait till, this project is done or that task is finished, or wait till we get to the kids to this point. I have too much on my plate right now. I can't focus on that. It will even bring up fears. Oh, it's a trap. That can't be. It's got to be some, some kind of, joke or any kind of fears it will create. It will have you delaying week after week until you just look up and one day you've totally just dropped the ball on it, until the suffering is too much again. And then you have to revisit, what is truth? And who am I? And all these things start to come back, because when the suffering gets so exhausting, so tiring, then it forces you to look within. It forces you to try to understand. It forces you to try to make sense of everything that's going on. Try to find reality. What is the truth of us? What is that source of life? Why am I suffering? Who am I? Is this mind, body, me? Where does the mind come from? All these questions will come up when there's suffering, when we get tired of suffering. The mind will have you, take you on a journey that basically has no end, just goes in a circle. Everyone reaches a point where you just get tired, when the suffering is too great, when the trials have become too hard, when we just get too tired. And that is the point when we all start to look inward, because the mind will take you on a journey. Basically, it will give you every reason why you should delay. As long as things are going well, everything's looking good, there's no reason to look within. There's no reason to question the belief system. There's no reason to try to get to the root of where this fear is coming from, and the belief systems of our mind, body, person, this flesh. Who am I? The question that everyone, one point, will ask, will come to. As long as everything is fine, there's no reason. It'll keep delaying. We can do this another time. We can do this until this project is done, and that project is done. Or until the kids get to here, or until I get to this point in my life. It will delay. It will keep it off until at one point there's a feeling that, hey, why do it now? Or until that point of suffering comes in and we just get tired of the suffering. Then it forces us to look within. But don't delay, because the mind will keep you on that pretty much like almost like a hamster roller coaster ride, till you will never get off, until you just make up your mind, I have to get off because the suffering's too great and the chaos has become too much. When we finally decide to push the button and stop that hamster wheel of going around in circles amongst all the chaos, all the beliefs, and decide to go beyond that. beyond the chaos, beyond the mind, body, person, beyond the mind, giving us every fear of every reason of why we shouldn't, saying it's got to be a trap, let's wait, let's see, it can't be real, till we really believe or start to see that these things, everything that the mind is directing us towards the outside, whether it's the job, the children, the finances, whether it's the careers or the wins, the losses, whatever it is that the mind is driving us to, other outside of ourselves, till we get tired of that. All these things on the outside that can never expose the truth of ourselves, never can give us peace, never can bring true and everlasting love that is unchanging, peace that is unchanging, nature that is limitless. Never find that in those things that the mind directs us to on the outside. The mind to keep attention everywhere else but the heart. And so some people, they delay, they go through life, just trying to reach goals, just trying to have fulfillment in the things that will never be able to fulfill. Trying to reach for all of these accomplishments or relationships in order to feel something, in order to find home. Looking for home maybe in a family, financial, careers, hobbies, activities, maybe vacationing, or just going out, trying to be a part of the life of the party or whatnot, just to search for this place we're calling home, that is home. Some people would live a lifetime trying to do all these and never, ever fulfilling that need within them in order to find the love that they're searching for, the peace or the rest. That is our true nature. It's not until we get to the point where the suffering is too great till we realize that none of these things, no shapes, no forms, no concepts will ever fulfill the truth of ourselves, will never shine a light on the truth, will never give us the peace that we're looking for, will never be the home that the heart is and the person is searching for. Not until we let go of all that, till we realize that it was never outside of ourselves. It was never in the things. It was never in the shapes, the forms, the concepts that we never should have delayed. Because the rest was closer than our skin, closer than the sister, closer than a brother, closer than the form, the shape, that the beliefs, closer than the fears, the conditioning. We realized that all we needed to do is recognize what's beyond the emotions, beyond the persona, beyond the ego, beyond the mind that only comes and goes, and beyond the chatter of the chattering of the mind, the beliefs, the titles, that rest. After all the unveiling is unveiled, we find that we never should have delayed. Because the expression of life, those things which we thought would make us happy, that would create this peace, never could. But within our true nature, once the veils have fallen off, makes everything shine so much more beautifully. even though the forms we know that are not us. You can still play in that persona, and the expression of life is more full of love, where love and peace is abounding, where our true nature can truly shine in the midst of all of the changing. We are that unchanging. We are that love. We are that peace. So don't delay. There's no reason to delay. Keep going, steadfast, beyond the chatter in the mind, beyond all of the excuses. In the midst of the busyness, in the midst of making the plans, in the midst of the relationships, in the midst of the mind, creation of beliefs, in the midst of all of that, find yourself. Find that love that is ever present, that is unlimitless, unbounding, that is whole, undivided. That is no thing, expansive and powerful. Find you in the midst of the storms and the chaos, resting in your heart. Just take some time and sit with yourself in that quiet space. When love is abounding, when there's peace that surpasses all understanding, just sit with yourself, regardless if the mind is chattering, whatever it's saying, regardless of the beliefs, of the identity of who you think you are. Just sit with yourself in a quiet space. Sit with love and watch it blossom. Your world will change. And where there was chaos, you will find peace. Where there was fear, you'll find a resting place. Where there was desires that were unmet, you will find contentment. So thank you for sharing this moment with me. This is what came up. Don't delay. Remember that you are beautiful, and I love you.